Strawberry pie filling is such a lovely treat. It reminds you of summer every time that you eat it. And this batch is a particularly large one. It makes 11 quarts roundabout of strawberry pie filling, or 22 of the wide mouth pints. This is a good thing because our family gets to eat about 1 quart worth every month. And considering that we like making pie out of it and crisp and using it for ice cream topping and for on pancakes, and I think I've even seen my husband just eat it right out of the jar, I think that's a good thing. I try to pick these up at the height of strawberry season so that I can get a little bit better deal for them, because this uses 15 pounds of strawberries. And then all I have to do is hull them and slice them in half, and I've already done that. The next step is to blanch these in boiling water for 1 minute. The way that I like to do it is using my low country boil, because then I can have my water going. I've got it in my little holy pot here, and I can put it in there and pick it right back out. It works fabulously. You could also do this in smaller batches, maybe in like a pasta pot, or even just do it where you fish it out of the water. I used to do it like that with some kind of a slotted spoon, and that would be okay too. After placing it in the boiling water, I set the timer for 1 minute. After the timer goes off, I remove my basket and I put it in a big bowl so that it will catch all the water that's coming out of it. But it still makes it super easy to add this to my syrup later. I do want to keep these warm, and so I'll put a lid over them so that it maintains a little bit more of that heat. For making the syrup, I start with 6 cups of sugar, and I add 2 cups of clear gel to it. I then make sure that I stir it together really well. This just disperses the clear gel so that when the water hits it, it doesn't clump up. Then I'll pour my sugar mixture into a big pot. It needs to be large enough to fit all of the syrup and the strawberries. Then I'll add 7 cups of cold water. The cold water is a good idea because it decreases the amount of clumping as well. Then I'll use my whisk to mix that together. And again, the whole goal of all of this right here is just to reduce the clumping as it forms that syrup. We want it to be really smooth. There may be a couple little clumps, but as I'm cooking, they'll go out. Now I'll take my long spoon and place this on the stove on medium, and I'll stir it the whole time. What I want is for this syrup to get really thick. Now it won't take very long because it's pretty thick already, but once it starts to really bubble, that's when we want to add our lemon juice. I want to stir this pretty regularly just so that it doesn't burn on the bottom. And it's getting pretty thick now. I mean, it's been thick for a while, but now it's just starting to bubble. Now I'll add half a cup of lemon juice, and I'll set my timer for 1 minute. And I'll mix that in really well. I want this thick because there's actually quite a bit of liquid to the strawberries. So if it's not thick, then it would be a really runny strawberry pie filling. Now I'll remove it from the heat and add a half a teaspoon of vanilla. And that just kind of smooths the flavor a little bit. I don't even know how to describe it. It almost makes it feel like a little bit creamy. It kind of helps make it so that it doesn't taste quite as cooked, interestingly enough. You get more of the fresh strawberry kind of flavor. So now I'll add my blanched strawberries. And then I want to just gently fold those in. I don't want to have mushed berries, so I kind of slide my spoon along the side and lift in the middle. And you can see how it's slowly combining. This just makes for a really lovely pie filling because it's nice and thick and it's so flavorful. The first time I made it, my husband had never even heard of strawberry pie. And I don't know if that's just because he's from the Northwest, so it's not as much of a thing here, but I know it's pretty common down in the South. I'll then fill my quart-sized jars up to 1 inch of headspace, which is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. And this one is so thick that it takes a little bit to fill all of these jars. It can be a little harder to estimate exactly how much you're going to need in each jar when you have big clumps fall out at a time. And so I really recommend having a spoon nearby so that you can adjust it if you need to. A chopstick can also be a useful tool because you can use it to encourage everything to go down in the funnel. When I get to the very end, I always like to use the spatula, and this is the little bit that I will finish off those jars with. I'll then take a wooden chopstick and I'll run it down the sides of the jars to get out any bubbles. I'll also put it through the center. This is kind of nice because it gives me an idea of if I need to add any more in it. I ended up with 9 full jars today, but I'm actually only going to process 8 of them because I promised a friend of mine that I'd save one of the jars for her, and she just wants to use it right away, so I won't worry about canning that one. So now that they're all debubbled, I'll add a little bit to the ones that still need it. Because this pie filling expands so much, I actually leave it a little bit of wiggle room, so a little bit more than an inch of headspace. I'll then use a clean damp cloth to clean off the rims of my jars, just to make it so that it can get a good seal. This is kind of a messier one too, so it tends to need to be cleaned up. I then place on my lids and rings until they're fingertip tight. I'll process these in the boiling water bath for 30 minutes if it's sea level. I'm at 1,200 feet, so it'll be 35. If I decided to process these in a pint-sized container instead of the quart, I would just subtract 5 minutes off of that time, and I won't start my timer until the boiling water bath is at a rapid boil. Now that the timer's gone off, I'll remove the lid, turn off the heat, and then let it cool for 5 minutes. I'll then place the jars on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart so that they can cool quickly. And then I'll let them rest for 24 hours so that they can get a good seal. You can tell that they're sealed because the little button in the top of the lid has depressed down. If they didn't seal, use them right away. Otherwise, remove the ring, wash off the outside, and store them in a cool, dry, dark location and use them within the next 1 to 3 years. The half a strawberry is just kind of the perfect size. It's not too mushy, and the syrup is just that perfect thickness that I would be looking for in a pie.